and friends and neighbors, or shall I say this afternoon.
Welcome back to the Steelers franchise on Madden 22. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. We're going to be in Week 8 here. We're coming into a game with the Jets where they are 1-6. We're 6-1, so it's one of those trap games where we've got to figure out a way to win. But I'm not super concerned, although we are on the road, and you never know what can happen. We struggled to beat the Packers last week on the road in a game where, without Aaron Rodgers and without Devontae Adams, they are a completely different team from what they used to be. Thought we should have had that one pretty well under control. It's going to be sloppy in this one, so we're going to have to run the football well. So that's going to be a key to the strategy here. We'll see if we can execute. But, like I said, we feel pretty good going into this one. Now, we're at a point where, since we won last week, we will be simulating until we lose. Against Zach Wilson, we'll just try and stop the pass. We will focus on trying to run it inside, although let's actually go back to what they do offensively. They throw it a lot. They are not very good on the ground, so I think this is a game that we should win almost without a whole lot of trouble. So let's go get an interception, get a bunch of first downs. These really don't matter that much anymore because we've got all of the excess stuff that we want for the upgrades on the talent trees and whatnot. So anyway, we'll just keep racking up a bunch of staff points that we don't really need, but it'll be nice to have. So we're done there. Do a player upgrade. And Jermaine Hackett, our backup right tackle, is going to get one. Let's go Power. He's decent as a pass protector anyway, so just try and get his overall up a little bit, Now, are we ready to go? We are. So we're advancing through Week 8. We really want to get a win here, honestly. I don't want to suffer a loss to a team like the freaking Jets. We beat them 34-21, so we'll get some post-game activities here. Not sure if we ran for 150 yards. We ended up getting 30-plus staff points on the day. We get 1,000 XP for everybody on the team. So we'll have some upgrades coming this week, especially to some of our younger guys. But let's go look at the box score real quick. And where are we? Right here. So it does look like we ran it okay. Grant Crawford was sharp, 3 TDs on the day, no interceptions, sacked once. We got 5 sacks against Zach Wilson, but we didn't pick him off. Benny Snell, a big day, 143 yards and a touchdown. Zach Moss, 47 and a touchdown. McFarland didn't do much. Deontay Johnson, a nice day. Claypool, a very good day. Benny Snell, a nice day receiving, 54 yards and a touchdown. Now, tackles. Beal had 9. Bush had 9. Let's take a look at sacks. 2.5 for Watt, 1 for Monroe, 1 for Shields, and then Jones and Quinnen Williams combined for 1. No interceptions on the day, right? Yeah. So a pretty clean game considering it was in the rain. And we get a nice win. So we're now 7-1 on the year, right? Yep. But still just a game up on the Ravens and the Browns. The Bengals fall into 4-4. Maybe, why do I need to look at the rain game thing again? Oh, is it for the 150 yards? Who do we credit most? Always the offensive line. It all starts with the offensive line. And they're going to be happy, I guess, and be even better for the next game now as a result. And it's against the Patriots, and we will be at home. They're 6-2. Look out. They got Kareem Hunt. Breakout player? Uh-oh. Benny Snell. So get him 3 TDs or 150 on the ground. Probably not going to happen, but we'll try. We got players ready to negotiate. Who could it be? So we're letting Arnold and Ebron go. Justin Lane, he's only 27 and he's an 80 overall. We are going to try and bring him back. But, yeah, let's do a 2-year deal. Let's see if we can get him for less, though. We're going to offer 9 point... Let's offer 8.9 instead of 9.5. See if he takes it. No, he wants more salary. So we'll let that tick up a little bit until we see if we can get him. Anthony McFarland is a pretty good steal at $4.5 million for 2 years. He's not very balanced. He's okay at receiving. And he's a 77 for elusiveness. So we're going to just go like that and see if he'll take this 2-year deal. Nope, he wants more money. We'll try and get that one done because he's a good option to give us some depth at the halfback position without costing us a fortune. So now we've got the Patriots. Defensively, we got to try and stop the run. They're 3rd best in the league running the football. So we'll stick with that. And then offensively, I don't want run inside. I want blitz counter. We're going to get back to the passing attack. I don't care about Benny Snell's breakout scenario because I can't really control it anyway. And now here, it's going to be the usuals. 1 interception, 15 first downs, throw for 275, and get me some sacks, please. Can we get another win simulating? And this is going to be a tough one. Even though we're at home, the Patriots obviously playing pretty good football at 6-2. We got another upgrade. Probably a couple. Actually a bunch. TJ Watt. Going to keep emphasizing speed rusher to try and keep his overall as high as possible as he gets older. Eric Ebron. We're going to emphasize blocking. Doesn't really matter anymore. I just want it so that if I bring him back, he's our 3rd tight end, which means I only ever really need him in goal line situations where he's going to be blocking. Here, yes, we will go with power. And that dude is getting to be pretty good considering he's a backup. And he's still pretty young, so we might have to figure out what the heck to do with him. Tim Meeks, I still need you to get better in pass coverage, so we'll apply that there. And then Minka Fitzpatrick continues to get better. Stick with the scheme fit. He's up to a 97 overall. With some perks for morale and other stuff of late. So, alright, we are ready to now go through week 9 at home against New England. Can we win it? I have a feeling we're going to lose this one. Ooh, we get another win. 8-1. The Browns are hanging with us, though, at 7-2. Let's see about the breakout scenario. Ooh, he delivered. Boom. So he's going to be a superstar dev trait now. And he gets 2,000 XP. So we'll have to go in and look and see. I guess he probably ran for 150 yards. I can't imagine he had 3 touchdowns, but we'll see. So now we're 8-1. We've got the Colts coming up and then a bye week. Now, Justin Lane wants more money in the form of his salary. Let's just go like that. We still have tons and tons of cap room. And he's coming back. Now Anthony McFarland. Let's go up 1 on both of those and see if he takes it. Done. So we're going to have to start figuring out who the heck to get rid of. We've only dropped 2 guys. We've got, a bunch more to sign or let go. I guess Spillane we can let go. We might let this guy go, although he's still pretty young. Durant, I think we will let go. Stevens also. Herbig, yes. Highsmith, I think we can let him go at this point. Even Ray. As much as I like him, we're not using him that much anymore. So we've got a few guys that we can cut loose that'll free up roster spots for the guys that we ultimately end up drafting this offseason. So let's go look at the box score from last week's game. Took down the Patriots, and we continue to just roll through this schedule. Looks like we ran the ball well, so that might be where Benny Snell got his breakout. Grant Crawford really sharp, though. Only threw for 129 yards, but he got 3 TDs and was only sacked once. Mac Jones was pretty solid. We sacked him 3 times and managed to get an interception, though. See, Benny Snell didn't get the 150 yards, but he did get a touchdown. I wonder if he got yards receiving that count towards this goal, maybe. Claypool, Richardson, Johnson. How about Richardson 2 pass catching touchdowns? Benny Snell did not have any receiving yards, so I don't know how he got the breakout, but whatever. Defensively, nothing really earth-shattering as far as number of tackles. But TJ Watt 3 sacks, Quincy Shields got another one, and then Christian Barmore got one. Wait, we had an interception. Who was it? Who done it? Sutton. All right. So that's another win. Then we have the Colts, who I think we can beat. They're 3-6, I think I saw. Yeah, this season is going to fly by if we keep on winning in simulation. Not going to lie. Yeah, we got to try and stop Jonathan Taylor against this team. That's got to be priority number 1. They are pretty good against the pass, decent against the run. Let's actually go with the blitz counter and try and be a little bit more pass heavy today, or this week. And for our team goals, same as always. There we go. We have 103 staff points. So we're just going to keep saving them. I don't think there's anything I really need to spend them on. And if we lose somebody in our staff because they go take a head coaching job, it'd be nice to have a ton of staff points just sitting there to immediately bring in somebody and then max them out, basically. All right, Dan Moore. Let's keep going power. His pass blocking is okay, so as long as it doesn't fall too far behind, then we'll be all right there. Now, Ross Colbert is really only playing, right now at least, in passing situations. But let's just go with field general. He'll probably get a little bit of awareness. Yep. So that'll help with the pass coverage anyway. All right, Dennis Wright. Continue to get better at blocking. Thank you. Does he get utility on that too? He did. That's awesome. Every time I've upgraded him, he's gotten one for both. Ben Richardson. He's good enough receiving that I'm happy with that. Let's start emphasizing his ability to run, or keep emphasizing his ability to run. He got that carrying. That's big. He also got awareness, which can help. So he's progressing kind of nicely so far. Durant, yeah, just go with power. He's going to be gone at the end of the year anyway. Babineau, you are just not very good. So let's at least get you to where you're pretty good at run blocking, hopefully. Terence Sprinkle. How big is he? He's the guy that's 5'11", so we're going to keep emphasizing route running. Got to get open. Monroe is terrible, or Marrow, whatever your name is. He's so bad. I don't even know how he's on our roster. And last but not least, Chase Claypool. We're going to continue going with physical so that he can win those 50-50 balls on the deep routes. He's turning into a stud, by the way. Okay. That's done. We don't need to spend any staff points. Let's get after it. Now, we'll play this game. We will sim the bye week. Then we'll take a look at some stats for just kind of a mid-season recap, I guess. Just so we kind of have an idea of what's going on. All right, we got another win, but it was closer than I would have liked. 24-17. Let's see what went down statistically here. It was on the road, so... And we pretty much outplayed them in every facet. Our defense looks like they just manhandled these guys. Crawford was pretty sharp. Kellen Mond. I don't remember him playing at Texas A&M, but honestly, I don't really remember him, period. So, whatever. All right, rushing. Benny Snell was pretty good. 2 touchdowns, but didn't have a lot of yards per carry. We did a fantastic job against Jonathan Taylor. I mean, holding him to 3.3 yards a carry is a very big accomplishment. Johnson, a big day. Freiermuth was pretty good, got a touchdown as well. And then just kind of spread out beyond that. Defensively, Palmer, wow. So, look how many leading tacklers were on the Colts before we get to Jackson with 6. So we had the ball a lot in this one. 2 sacks, 1 for Buckner, 1 for Watt. Were there any interceptions? There were not. All right. So, now what? We might have a little bit of stuff to do here in the bye week. So bye week, we're going to just emphasize rest and relaxation. That helps with injuries and morale, usually. Yep. So that's that. What else? We got some negotiations. What do we got here? Or who do we got? Foster Monroe. He's 28, 76 overall. He's wanting a 4-year deal, which is, you know, with that normal dev trait, I'd rather only have him sign through his 31-year-old year. So let's try and bring that down, boost up the signing bonus a little bit, and keep the salary where it is and see if he takes it. Got him. Nice. And then I did bump down the contract, right? The years to 3 instead of 4. I'm pretty sure. All right, Ray. I think we're gonna let Ray go ahead and test free agency. He's 28. He's 4th on our depth chart. We've got a couple of guys below him that are, you know, kind of developing to the point where I think I can use them. Plus, I might draft a wide receiver this year just to try and go out and start getting younger at certain positions, and that's one that I kind of have in mind. Scouting focus player, I'm just going to straight up guess here. I'm going to go in and pick 3 guys that, as I just look at them, they kind of... Actually, you know what? Here, let's do this. Let's go... I'm going to look at Juan White. Here's why. I know he's number 1 overall. We're probably not going to be able to trade up to get him. In fact, I know we're not going to be able to trade up to get him. So you have to give up a lot to go that high up on the draft board. So let's go more like this guy right here. He's 6'1", 215. Let's put a focus on him and see if we can learn a little bit more about him, because some of the guys around him we are learning about, but not him, just I guess based on where he's from. We're also going to look at this guy since he's 6'5", and again, I do kind of want to get a wide receiver, and then we will also look at right end. Although I kind of want to look at a first round potential guy. How about this dude right here out of Ohio State? That's who we're going to go with. See if we get lucky. We'll learn more about those guys later on. Honestly, I put a lot of stock in the Pro Day and Combine as far as just physicals. You start with that, and then you find guys that just have some qualities that make them seem like they might be a little bit polished. We're not even going to bother messing with the half pads or full pads. Let's just keep everyone fresh and zip right through the bye week training here. Everyone's getting healthy. We have been fortunate in terms of injuries so far this year, I will say. Madden EA Sports has got to work on the injury mechanic to where you have more guys that go out for the year. It doesn't need to be a ton like you see in real life, but it needs to be a little bit more where there aren't so many injuries that like you get when you crank up the sliders, but what you have is more long-term injuries than what you see in game. Everything tends to be like 3 or 4 weeks. You don't get a lot of MCL or ACL tears, or like guys with concussions. God forbid we have that in a video game when that's something that happens in real life and is kind of taboo for the NFL to talk about. It's so stupid. All right. Robert Spillane, I don't really care because he's going to be gone at the end of the year, and we're not really using him, so we've got good value out of him over the years, though. Quincy Graham, continue to get better as a speed rusher. He's okay there, so now what I can start doing with him going forward is work on his run block or run stopping or whatever. Deontay, yes, keep getting better at route running, I guess. He's a 90 overall. We've got some studs on this team. Not going to lie. All right. Cam O'Neal is coming back. Let's go and look at the depth chart just to make sure that nothing squirrely happened because we've got the rookie there. Man, they're both equally good. I think we stick with O'Neal. He has played well for us. We'll leave him in those scenarios, but then when we go here, oh, see, no, here's where Russell is worse. So maybe we leave O'Neal in there, and then let's go back to D-tackle, just regular, and let's put Russell in here. Let's test him out, see what he's got. He's a rookie. We think he's got lots of upside. So let's try and develop him. All right. We are done with the bye week. So we will simulate that. Now, the stats as far as like team rankings or, individual rankings across the league are going to be a little bit weird because of some teams having already had their bye and some teams not having had a bye yet. But let's at least take a look and see what's going on, just to kind of get an idea how things are going. We're going to look at individual stats. I don't care about team stats until the end of the year. Grant Crawford is having a fantastic season. The yards aren't like elite or whatever, but 20 TDs and 5 interceptions, that is a very good ratio. and he's not throwing, nearly as many picks as he was in seasons past, completing 73% of his passes, a QB rating of 113.5, and he's only been sacked 11 times, which is also very good. Benny Snell is having a great year, 907 yards, averaging 5 a carry, and 16 touchdowns already. Crawford has 180 on the ground with a couple of touchdowns, and Ben Richardson, the rookie, 25 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. McFarland has been subpar, to say the least. But that's okay. We're using him kind of sparingly. Anyway, Deontay Johnson, it's funny, I haven't really seen a lot of games where he's put up, consistently good numbers, but he has had some big days, and it's resulted in him having more catches and yards than anybody else on the team, and he's got 7 touchdowns. Claypool's having a pretty good year. Juju is having a decent year. Freiermuth has been okay. Ben Richardson, 21 catches, 139, and 4 touchdowns. Pretty solid. And Benny Snell actually doing a good job catching the football out of the backfield. Defensively. So Bush is hands down leading the team in tackles. Not even close. He's ahead by 35. Tackles for loss. He's probably... Oh, he's not. So Watt, Monroe, and Shields all doing a good job there. For sacks, TJ Watt has 15 already. Zach Monroe, 7. Quincy Shields, 6.5. So he's on his way to a pretty good season. And then we got a bunch of guys with 1.5 or 1. Actually, not that many. So the vast majority of our sack production is coming from the big 3. So at least they're performing. Wait. Let's go back and look at interceptions. Just out of curiosity. Who's got them? Sutton has 2, Colbert 1, Fitzpatrick 1. So we're not getting a lot of interceptions. Evans is 9 of 10, including a long of 56 and 35 straight extra points. Percy Harvin, I always call him Percy, but it's Presley. He's got 18 punts, 6 touchbacks, 5 down inside the 20, and he's netting an average of 52 yards. And then we don't really care about the rest as far as kick return yards and that sort of thing. So that is going to do it for this episode. If you have not done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Good evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?